Welcome to Part of My Imagination. I'm Imagination and you are the Imaginers. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jasmine and welcome back. If this is your second or third or how many times you've clicked on my channel, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing the last book haul for the year. I do have 30 books here. I'm just going to get right into it. And the reason why I have 30 books is because I haven't done a haul in about 2 months. And somehow, some way, my boyfriend keeps convincing me to buy more books. And I'm blaming him. Because I got to blame somebody and I can't blame myself. Anyways, let's just get into the books. They're no in particular order. There are a few books in here that were gifted to me. There's some manga. I think there's one book in here that was sent to me by a publisher. And yeah, if you hear some background noise, my mom is watching TV really loud. So yeah, it is what it is. She's hard of hearing. But yes, anyways, let's just get into it. Okay, also, before I start, I just want to preface this by saying that majority of all these books that I got, I did get from a used bookstore, Second and Charles. And I know if you guys go way back to like probably 2 or 3 hauls ago, I was complaining about Second and Charles. But like I said, they're the only used bookstore here. And if you don't know anything about me, you know that I'm really big on buying used because, I do have a Barnes & Noble and a Books A Million membership because I do buy from them occasionally. But predominantly, most of my books are used. But anyways, like I said, most of these books are from Second & Charles, so let's just get into it. And the first book that I have is This Is America by Kim Johnson. I've had my eye on this book for quite some time, and I just never picked it up. But honestly, I picked this up because of the cover, and the back reads, "They look at my father and think murderer. They look at my brother and think thug. They look at me and think I'll be quiet. They are wrong." So just based off of the back, I can assume that this is probably about a girl who is going to be an activist, and yeah, probably has something to do with her father being innocent. From what I'm reading right now, it's saying that she has a father who is on death row, and every week she writes a letter to an organization asking to help her father. This is a debut novel by Kim Johnson. I believe this book came out in 2021 is when I think I've seen it. But yeah, I finally seen it. I only paid a couple bucks for it, $8. And so I picked it up. Alright, the next book I have is Sisters of the Snake by Serena and Sasha Anuya. I think I want to say it. I'm saying that right. I seen this cover and I was like, this is absolutely beautiful. I have to have it. I don't know what it's about. The back reads, "A princess never falters. They think, they act, they succeed. I will play Raya, with all the might I have. I practice a grin that does not waver, one fit for a princess and a thief." So it sounds like two people that are switching spots or something. Obviously, I don't know. Again, it's by a POC author. They are both sisters, which they're twin sisters, so that's even cooler. And I have twin girls, if you didn't know. So yeah, I'm excited. Alright, the next book I picked up is The Camelot Betrayal. This is the second book. This is also by Kristen White. I say Kristen Wright, but I realize that her name is not Kristen. I think it's Kristen White. Yeah. But this is the second book in the Deception book series. I haven't read it, but this is one of my favorite authors because I loved the And I Darken series from her. The next book I have is Eden Conquered by Jolene Bonu. Sure. This is the second book to the Dividing Eden, I believe. Yeah, Dividing Eden, which I just read a couple of months ago. I really enjoyed that. That book was also about a set of twins, a twin boy and girl. And I actually loved it so much. Oh my God, there was a spider. There was a spider in the book. And now I gotta get a new book because where did it go? Yes, it was alive. It's calling. Oh, now it's dead in the book. Okay, the next 2 books that I have here are Grim Lovelies and Midnight Beauties by Megan Shepherd. Let me tell you something. My boyfriend was so mad that I found this because I was like, oh, you should get these ones. But then I opened them up and I was like, oh, never mind. I want them. So I'm assuming these were a box or something. They got them somewhere at a signing, because all the cards are in here for the Grimleys, or the Lovelies, or whatever. And they're signed. They are personalized to Sabrina, but I could be Sabrina. I mean, my name is Jasmine, but I could be Sabrina. All right, the next book I picked up is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. This was an automatic buy because I read The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, and this book was phenomenal. So, if I'm remembering correctly, words. What was the deal that we got? Was it a 5 for... Oh, it was buy 5, get 5 free, right? So... You would think that that's really easy, but it was really hard, because this is a used bookstore, so they were trying to find a lot of books that I wanted to get, books that were on my radar. But there was another Colson Whitehead, but I let my boyfriend get it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. He got the, what is it, the Swingers?
Harlem Shuffle.
The Harlem Shuffle. He got that one, which he's reading right now, actually. But I knew I was going to enjoy this one because I know this is one of his critically acclaimed ones. Yeah, but it's just about a slave on a plantation that is going to use the Underground Railroad. And I love the Nickel Boys. I absolutely cried on it. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to either cry or something, or just love this, period. All right, the next one was a gift from I'm just going to call her my mother-in-law because she basically is. But my boyfriend's mom, she got me this book, and it's great short stories by African American writers by Dover Thrift. It's a Dover Thrift Editions. But they do have some ones in here that I've kind of already read, and some that I actually had no idea about. So there's Webb Du Bois, Zora Neale Hurston, which I own three of her books, I believe. Claudia McKay and Jamaica Kinnaid. But yeah, they have a few books on here from authors that I've never even heard of, so I'm pretty excited about it. Which she bought this at a perfect time because I just enrolled in college and I was talking about taking the African American literature because the school is the HBCU, and then she bought this at the perfect time, and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, she just got this as a gift to say thank you for being such a great girlfriend to my son. All right, this book I clearly got from Barnes & Noble, 25% off, and that is Belladonna by Adalyn Grace. This book just recently came out. I have no idea what it's about, but I really enjoyed All the Stars and Teeth by Adalyn Grace. I love that book so much. And then this cover is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I just got this one, and it says, Signa opened her eyes, and death was there before her, watching, waiting. His presence was intoxicating and familiar, and it took Signa by surprise, as it always did. Writhing shadows cast into the vague shape of a human, so dark and void of light that it was painful to look at him, and yet looking at him was all Signa could do, all she could ever do. She was drawn to him like a moth to a flame, and so it seemed was he to her. That's all I need to know. It's definitely giving creepy, village vibes, or not village, jungle vibes, which I just recently read. What's the book? It was the book by the girl who got injured in a water diving accident. She bursted her lungs or whatever, and she had to go spend her mother's honeymoon on this island. So it's kind of giving me those vibes. Not the same thing. It doesn't sound the same at all, but just a jungle vibey that it's giving me. Okay, anyways, yeah. What was that book that I'm talking about now? I'm actually... The Depth! Thank you! You're so good. That's why I don't have it, because it was ARC. Okay, so the book that I was talking about, Wesley, perfectly... Because I talked to him about these things, so he knows, even though I should know. So it was an ARC that I got for The Depths that just came out, I think 2 months ago. I think it came out in September. But I read it. I don't own it because it was an ARC given to me by Penguin Teen. Alright, the next book that I picked up is A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. This is the last and final book in the, I don't know the name of the series, an Ember and Ashes series. I do own the first 2 in paperback, but then I seen this one, they only want it for $9, and I did want to change to hardcover because this is one of my favorite series, even though I've only read the first 3. Alright, another book that I finally got for the low, I paid $19 for this, which totally fine because this is a $28 book. And that is House of Earth and Blood. Oh, that's Crescent City, the House of Earth and Blood series, and this is by Sarah J. Maas. Alright, the next book that I got is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. And this book is so beautiful, I could not pick it up, you know? And again, the book, it goes for $27 and I got it for $16. Again, I got this in the buy 5, get 5 free. The next book that I have here is Broken Web by Lori M. Lee. This is the second book in the for something. I only know because I have it right behind me, but I'm not going to move my chair. This is the second book in the Forest of Souls. There we go. It's the sequel. I don't know what it's about. I just know that it was by a PhD author. I love the cover, and I own the first one. All right, the next book I have here is So Many Beginnings, a Little Women's Remix by Bethany C. Morrow. I've read her first book, and that was A Song Below Water. Loved it so much. This book was actually Wesley's, and he beat me to it when we were at Half Price Books. And then finally, when we got home, he was like, here, you can have it. And I was like, no, it's your book. And he was like, no, you take it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to tell you no. All right, the next book I have is The Queen of Gilded Horns by Amanda Joy. And this is the second book of A River in Royal Blood. I just recently read A River in Royal Blood, and I loved it so much. So I definitely need to pick this one up because I love the first one. All right, the next book I have is The Descendant of Cranes by Joanne He. And this is the re-editioned edition because I do actually own her first one. Because I actually own her first one, but the publisher reached out to me and asked me if I wanted this one, and I said yes, and I really do want to read it. If you don't know anything about this author and this first book, support this first book if you can. All right, the next book that I have is The Righteous by Renee Ahdieh. This is the third and final book, I believe, in the Beautiful series. But if you don't know what the Beautiful is about, it's pretty much about vampires. It's about vampires in Louisiana. And what more could you want? Louisiana, vampires, black vampires. It's giving everything it needs to give. Murder mystery. It's giving everything that it needs to give. I love Renee Ahdieh. I've read 3 of her books. All right, the next book that I did get was a signed exclusive edition from Barnes & Noble. And that is Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. This is the second book in the Legendborn cycle. I absolutely love the first one, which is Legendborn. If you don't know, it's supposed to be like a King Arthur remix retelling. All right, the next book that I had to get, I honestly went to Barnes & Noble and I was like, where's this book at? Like, it should be here. And they were like, ma'am, excuse me. Actually, my boyfriend was like, ma'am, this is a Walmart. And I was like, okay, sorry. And he's like, the book doesn't even come out yet. And I was like, okay, fine. But I was literally looking around. I was like, where is this book at? And then he like pulls his phone out and he's like, Jasmine. And I was like, what? Where's it at? You find it? And he's like, no, because it's not out yet, you goofy. And I was like, okay. But anyways, that's The Winners by Frederick Bachman. This is the third and I believe final book in the Beartown trilogy. The next book I have here is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This I believe was, I don't want to say young adult. I don't think it's young adult. But this is, I already read this book. And it's following a young girl and a Mayan death god embark on a life-changing journey in this one-of-a-kind fairy tale inspired by Mexican folklore. The Jazz Age is a time of daring dances and fast music, but not for Cassiopeia Tune. She is stuck in her dusty small town performing minimal chores until the day when she opens a curious wooden box and accidentally frees an imprisoned deity. Alright, so this book was given to me by Wesley. He was watching BookTube without me one day. And he found a book that he was like, oh my god, I found this book and I gotta get it for you. And this is the book that he got me. This is, I believe, from Fairy Loot. Fairy Crate, excuse me. Or maybe it's Fairy Loot, I'm not sure. Anyways, this is Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen. And they did actually send him everything that came with it. So I do have the bookmark. Oh yeah, Fairy Loot. I have the bookmark and the author's notes. All right, all the next books I'm going to be talking about are manga. So they're going to go pretty quickly because I'm just not really going to explain what they're about. I'm just going to go ahead and be like, yo, this is what I got. All right, so I have Spy Family by Tatsuya Endo. This is Spy Family, volume number 2. All right, next one I have is Chainsaw Man, volume 1. This is by Tatsuki Fujimoto. Alright, the next one that I have here is Dead Man Wonderland. This is by Jinsai Toyika and Kazuma Zandu. Koinadu, I think. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. This is a book. Alright, the next one that I have is Mob Psychic 100, and this is by, I don't know, it doesn't say the author's name. Alright, the next one that I got is kind of following the same lines of the husband, I'm blanking on the title of it. The housewife. He's on the game, so he's not going to hear me. Alright, this next one I could not pass up, and it's A Man and His Cat by Umi Sakurue. Sakurue. And it's literally about a cat. I had to get it. My boyfriend was like, why are you getting that? It's about a cat. And I was like, because it's about a cat. It's okay. Alright, the next one I have is Blue Lock, and this is by Muniyuki Kaneshiro, excuse me. This is about soccer. And then the next one that I have, which is one that I've been trying to find for like ever, but I finally found it in the hardcover, and that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And this is by Hirohiko Araki. I have two books that are actually explicit ones, so they're in the plastic, and they're 1 and 2. And this is Male Porn Star, a manga diary of a male porn star by Kairuno Arifanti. And they're actually hilarious, like, oh my god. But it's basically about a guy who writes porn and Lights, Camera, Passion. Hold on, wait, which one's the first one? Yeah, this one. Kairuno, I think it's the author himself, is jobless, freshly divorced, and all out of dating prospects when he decides to start a new life for himself in Tokyo. He has no idea what awaits in the big city. His mark moves the first step into a bold new career path, male porn star. This memoir chronicles the ups and downs of one regular otaku's entry into the world of glamour, glitz, and money shots. So it's actually the account of an actual male porn star. That is finally, my watch is going off like crazy. But those are all the books that I got. That's 30 books. I counted already. Alright, those are all the books that I have for you guys today. And I'm going to get out of here because this video is already 30 minutes long. So, that's all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to check out my description where you can find easy ways to contact me, as well as all the books that I talked about. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if not, just imagine that you didn't come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.